What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Thursday, September 7th, 2023, and I have another emergency alert to share with you guys. Right now it is 5:52 p.m. Eastern Time here in the United States, and I have some more breaking news to report to you. So right now we have two Doomsday planes in the air. We have a second Doomsday plane that just took off from Offutt Air Base about 2 hours ago. And we had one that took off a few hours ago earlier in the afternoon. And I talked about that one in my previous update just a few hours ago. And we also have another nuke sniffer plane about to take off from Offutt Air Base. It's on the tarmac right now. Okay, so guys, our military is operating at a very high level of alert, and one of the Doomsday planes is actually heading towards Europe. It has the call sign Grim 99, and it's over Atlantic Canada right now, and it actually got aerially refueled off the coast of Cape Cod and Maine. It met two aerial refuelers in midair off the coast of Cape Cod, and they followed it all the way up to Nova Scotia, and they refueled it, and now it's heading for Europe. Okay, we also have this one here that just took off about an hour to 2 hours ago, and it's over New Mexico right now. Okay, and then here's that nuke sniffer plane on the tarmac getting ready to take off. Okay, this is extremely unusual stuff. Okay, especially when you think about my last update from earlier this afternoon, when there were like half a dozen aerial refuelers that were flying around Offutt Air Base at the same time as this Doomsday plane here, and also at the same time as another nuke sniffer and a nuclear war command and control plane. So our military is ready to go. Okay, things are really escalating. 2 days ago, we tested a Minuteman III with three re-entry vehicles. Okay, we haven't done that in many years because of the New START treaty. Okay, now because Putin pulled out of the New START treaty, we can up arm our nuclear arsenal. Okay, and one of the easiest ways to do that is by just adding two more warheads on all of our Minuteman III ICBMs, which would effectively triple the number of deployed warheads that we have on our Minuteman III ICBMs. Okay, the next step would be adding back 4 Trident missiles on each one of our 14 Ohio class subs. That would be the next step. And then the next step after that would be rearming our B 52s and B 1s and B 2s with what they used to have prior to New START. But tensions are escalating, guys. Okay, Russia deployed their RS-28 Sarmat a few days ago, and then the U.S. testing a Minuteman with full warhead capacity. Okay, so both sides are getting ready. They're posturing. We have an emergency alert system test coming up in just about 30 days on October the 4th at 2:20 p.m. Eastern Time. There's going to be a nationwide emergency alert system test. It's going to go out to everybody's cell phones, TVs, and radios, and everybody's going to get the message at least once. Okay, the only time the U.S. would ever use a nationwide emergency alert is if there was like some kind of catastrophic event on U.S. soil, like a nuclear war, especially. That's specifically what this test is for, to alert the population of where the missiles are coming from, how fast they're going to be here, and where they're going to hit. Okay. And also other things too, like EMPs and whatever, asteroids, whatever. But this is very unusual stuff, guys. Two Doomsday planes in the air right now. We also have some new footage coming out from Romania showing the area where that Russian drone crashed in the forest near the border of Ukraine. So this Russian drone literally crashed on Romanian soil. Okay. There's no ifs about it. It definitely did. And what's funny is that when it first happened, the Romanian president categorically denied it. He said, "Oh, this is totally fake. Not a single piece of drone landed on Romanian soil." And now he had to backtrack on it. And Jens Stoltenberg, the leader of NATO, came out today and said that, yeah, the drone did happen. The drone did crash on Romanian soil, but we don't believe it was intentional. It was just an accident and there was no threat to anybody. So it's like crazy. I mean, the war is going out beyond just Ukraine, okay? And today it might be an accident, and okay, whatever, a drone landed in a forest on Romanian soil. Okay, but how do we know it wasn't intentional? How do we know that Russia didn't send that drone to Romania just to test our responses and see how we react? Okay, and they want to see if we're going to do anything. How do we know? And what if the next accident takes the lives of civilians? Is NATO going to do anything? Um, you know, and if they do, what are they going to do? And is it going to escalate to World War III? It possibly could. We'll have to wait and see. But here's some footage coming from a Romanian local news outlet over there, and this reporter is at the crash site where this drone detonated, and you can see all the trees here completely burned, and there's a big crater in the ground. Right there, you can see the crater, how big it is compared to his feet, and all the trees just charred. So we know that this definitely happened. Okay, this Russian drone definitely crashed on Romanian soil. Okay, I cannot stress to you how serious this is. This is the first time that NATO has openly admitted that Russian drones or some kind of a Russian weapon landed on NATO soil. Okay, when that missile landed in Poland and killed the two farmers, NATO pressured Poland to make up a story and say that it was a Ukrainian air defense missile. Okay, and then there was another Russian missile that crashed in Poland. Nobody talked about. It had no warhead on it. It was just a dummy warhead. It crashed in Poland. Nobody talked about it. NATO didn't make a big deal about it. And now NATO is openly saying, yeah, the drone did crash in Romania, but nothing happened, so we're not going to do anything about it. It didn't hit like a populated area. But there's actually a pretty large town near where this drone crashed, and now the mayor of that town is asking the Romanian military to help relocate people from that town to other areas in Romania because they're afraid that in the future one of these drones could land in the town itself and kill civilians. Okay, so this is very serious. It's serious enough that Romania is literally evacuating people out of this town because they're afraid that in the future something could happen. Okay, because it's right across from one of the very important grain terminals that Ukraine has. It's in Izmail. There's a huge grain terminal there, and they're right across from it. So they don't want to get hit by accident. I mean, this is just absolutely insane. Things are just really escalating. They're spilling out beyond the Ukrainian border, and it's just a matter of time before things really escalate and something bad happens. And we also have Hurricane Lee. I want to update you guys on that. First, I want to just show you guys some of these flight paths. So this is that Doomsday plane heading to Europe, and you can see where it met those aerial refuelers off the coast of Cape Cod, and they followed the Doomsday plane all the way to Nova Scotia and refueled it, and then broke off and went back to the U.S. And here we have the craziness from earlier today. 6 aerial refuelers flying around Offutt Air Base with the Doomsday plane and the nuke sniffer and the nuclear war command and control plane. Absolutely insane. And there was also a B-52 in the air as well. And last night we had that B-1 that turned its transponder off. It took off in the middle of the night, close to midnight, and turned its transponder off somewhere in the Texas Panhandle, not far from Dyess Air Base, okay, which is a major nuclear war target. If you live near Abilene, Texas, you better make sure you have a good blast shelter and a good fallout shelter, because that's going to be hit with surface burst warheads, probably 2 or 3. But this thing turned its transponder off. This is a nuclear bomber, okay? It got aerially refueled and then it turned its transponder off. So here it is getting aerially refueled, and then here it is disappearing from the flight tracker. And here's the aerial refueler still in the air, okay? So absolutely crazy situation, guys. We have a lot of emergency action messages today, over 24 emergency action messages. And I want to just give credit to my source of information for these emergency action messages, which is Neat Intelligence on Twitter. You can just search their Twitter handle. Okay, it's at 02_0279. And they post about the emergency action messages. But here's a list of them. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 22. Okay, 22 emergency action messages so far today. That's a lot of messages. And the last 2 days, they've been just going crazy. And we have some very concerning information about Hurricane Lee. It's now up to 130 mile per hour sustained winds with a central pressure of 953 millibars, which is very low. It's already a Category 4 hurricane. And the National Hurricane Center has this thing strengthening up to 165 mile per hour sustained winds by this time tomorrow. Absolutely insane, guys. The seas are going to be extremely rough around this hurricane. You're going to have like 50-foot seas easily, maybe even more. Massive waves out in the ocean. You definitely don't want to be on a boat anywhere near that thing. You're going to probably may even have like 100-foot seas, honestly. With those kind of winds, that's just insane. 165 miles per hour. And that's actually on the lower end of what a lot of the models are saying. A lot of the models are saying even 180 miles per hour. So, get prepared, guys. This thing could slam into the U.S. and have catastrophic effects. Here's the latest satellite loop, and you can see how that eye wall is really starting to get defined, and it's really starting to look like a powerful hurricane. You can really see that strong circulation there, and it's going to get really, really strong. We'll see by tomorrow how strong this thing is going to get, but the latest cone has this thing going straight west-northwest towards the Bahamas, but out here, they're not sure exactly where it's going to go. There's a lot of disagreement with the models. Some models are saying it's going to go out to sea. Some models are saying it's going to hit the Carolinas and the northeastern U.S. So we have to wait and see. It's too early to tell where this thing is going to go. That's why the National Hurricane Center doesn't have any forecast beyond Tuesday of where this thing is going to be, because models are not accurate that far out, okay? So there's a lot of things that can change between then. So we have to wait and see. So I'll keep you guys updated. Stay tuned to my channel for continuing updates on this hurricane and all the latest breaking news from around the world, including prepping, survival, and firearms content. So make sure you have the bell notification turned on so you can get notified of all my uploads. That's very important, especially when I have an emergency alert. You'll get that notification on your phone and you can immediately view it. And you could even watch with the captions on. If you're in a place where you can't watch the video with audio, you can just shut the audio off and watch the video with the captions on. But that's pretty much it, guys. Take care. God bless. And don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.